The psychology behind dogs that sniff your intimate area. What does it mean?
You're standing in your living room, having a perfectly normal conversation with a guest, when your
Okay.
dog walks over, completely ignores the room, ignores the furniture, ignores everything, and
Right.
shoves its nose directly into your guest.
Yeah, and this is where the dog gets sent to the pound, right? Because there ain't no reason, right? Ain't nobody taught you to be out here sniffing my guests, doing too much. Doing way too much. We ain't no one told you to do all this.
Crotch. Your guest freezes. You turn red. You pull the dog away and apologize about 15 times. But here's what no one in that room understands, least of all you, is that your dog just performed one of the most psychologically sophisticated acts in the entire.
Bro, what do you mean? My dog come up to me and smell my dingle, bro. That is not a psychology sophisticated act. No, it's you're getting sent to the pound.
Animal kingdom. It wasn't rude, it wasn't random. It wasn't a lack of training or a personality flaw.
Then what
It
is
was
it?
your dog doing something it has been biologically and emotionally.
Why is a dog biologically designed and emotionally designed to go sniff their owners or some random people's private part? What?
Designed to do for tens of thousands of years. And
Tens
once
of
you
thousands of years that dog's developed sniffing dingle. Stop lying.
understand why, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Today, we're going inside the canine mind to answer one of the most embarrassing questions in dog ownership. What is your dog actually doing when it sniffs your private area? And
Genuinely.
importantly, what is it trying to tell you? Before we can understand the behavior, we need to understand something fundamental about how dogs experience the world.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Pokemon, for the gifted Pokegold. Ooh,
Bro,
we got something.
get out of here with these ads, bro.
You live in a visual world. You recognize people by their faces, their expressions, their clothing. You
Right.
process the world primarily through your eyes. Your dog does not live in that world. Your dog lives in a world built entirely out of smell. The
Really?
canine nose contains roughly 300 million scent receptors.
I do not know you and you do not know me, but I'm trying to reach my goal at 1 million subscribers by 2028. So please subscribe.
Compared to about 6 million in humans. The part of
Wow.
a dog's brain dedicated to analyzing odor is proportionally about 40 times larger than ours. What this means in practice is extraordinary. Where you see a person, your dog sees an entire story, a living, breathing chemical document packed with information.
So, right. 50 times descent, 40 times larger in the brain compartment. Dog to man, right? Dog, let me ask you. Why are we sniffing the dingle? Why are we sniffing the private part out of all things? Alright? Yo, strong scent. Oh, right. 50 times stronger scent than humans. Okay. Great. Why are we sniffing the private part though? No, that's not going to erase anything. Like sniff somewhere else.
You will never have access to, and the richest, most information-dense source of that chemical.
Here's my answer. The dingle is the most richest information. What? Why? Why is the dingle the most richest
Story,
information?
the groin area. The reason is biological. That region of the human body contains a high concentration of apocrine, glands, specialized sweat glands whose primary function is not cooling the body, but broadcasting identity. These glands
Wow.
release a continuous stream of chemical signals that carry deeply personal biological data. For your dog, approaching the
Wait. So as humans, right? Our dingle is out here emitting scent. What? Alright, bro.
area isn't inappropriate.
Alright,
It's
bro.
the equivalent of opening someone's full biography and reading it in under 3 seconds.
By sniffing
So,
my
what
dingle.
exactly is in that chemical signal? More than most people would ever guess. From scent alone, a dog can detect biological sex and age with remarkable accuracy. It can pick up on hormonal shifts that indicate reproductive status. It can
All from
sense
sniffing my
changes in
dingle.
cortisol, the stress
All
hormone,
from
that
sniffing my
reveal whether
dingle.
someone is anxious, frightened, or emotionally
All
calm.
from sniffing my
There is
dingle.
also significant evidence that dogs can detect early markers of certain medical conditions, including hormonal imbalances, blood sugar irregularities,
From sniffing my dingle? From sniffing my dingle.
and some forms of cancer, all through the same chemical signals found in that region of the body. But
From
here's the
sniffing
part that
my
makes this
dingle,
behavior
bro.
genuinely
What?
fascinating from a psychological perspective. Your dog is not just collecting facts, it is building an emotional profile. When a dog sniffs a person, it is asking questions that go far beyond basic biology. Is this person calm or afraid? Are they a threat? Are they connected to me or my owner? Are they
Really?
emotionally familiar or completely
So like, they doing a whole from sniffing my dingle in 3 seconds, right? They out here doing a whole essay in their head. This is insane.
unknown? The sniff is how a dog decides whether to trust someone before the relationship even begins. Think about
Wow.
that. While humans are still deciding whether to shake
Based on
hands or
scent,
make
it's
small
crazy.
talk, your dog has already gathered the equivalent of weeks' worth of social information. Here is where the behavior becomes truly interesting from a psychological standpoint. Not every dog sniffs every person the same way. The
Okay.
manner in which a dog approaches, and whether it backs off when asked, reveals a great deal about its emotional state and its sense of security in the relationship. A
Okay.
confident, emotionally balanced dog will approach, gather information, and then move on. It's investigative, purposeful, and not particularly intense. But a dog that lingers, pushes past social resistance, or becomes fixated on the scent is telling you something different. That dog may be anxious. It may be in a state of high alert, searching for answers its environment isn't giving it. It may be poorly socialized, meaning it never learned the unspoken social rules that govern how these interactions are supposed to go. Psychologically, the sniff is also an act.
So basically, if you don't like raise your dog right to like accommodate to like humans, right? Then it's going to act crazy. It's going to act wild. Okay? Regular dog, sniff 3 seconds, on their way. Crazy dog, lingers around. Okay.
Of intimacy and trust. Dog
So guys, this basically means if like the dog kicking around, sniffing your dingle for like 15 seconds, this dog is crazy. To the pound.
Dogs are far more likely to engage in prolonged scent investigation with people they already have an emotional connection
Yo,
and
and we
catch
got
Pokemon
bum
in the
ass
Google app.
Pokemon.
Search for an
Get
original
off
Pokemon
my dick.
and keep an eye.
to. Studies in animal behavior have consistently shown that dogs approach familiar humans differently than strangers, with more relaxed body language, slower movement, and a sense of ease that you simply don't see with unknown individuals. When
I
your dog
see.
sniffs you in particular, it isn't
Right.
just reading data, it's reaffirming the bond, it's checking in. It's the dog equivalent of looking at someone's face after a long day apart. A way of
Ooh.
saying, I recognize you, you're mine, you're back. If this is a universal canine behavior, why do some dogs practically ignore your guests while others seem completely unable to stop?
That's
The
true.
answer lies in a combination of genetics, early socialization, and emotional temperament.
Wait. Genetics. Wait. So there's some breed of dog that just sniff dingle? Bro, what? And then we have early socialization. So like, your dog not socializing, they sniffing dingle. And then they have the emotional state. If your dog's not, they sniffing dingle. All right, bro.
Certain breeds were developed over centuries with an extraordinary emphasis on scent work. Hounds, terriers, retrievers. These dogs don't just sniff because they're dogs. They sniff because scent analysis is literally the purpose they were bred for.
I do not know you and you do not know me, but I'm trying to reach my goal at 1 million subscribers by 2028. So please subscribe.
For.
Okay.
Their brains are wired to find this behavior deeply satisfying in a way that other breeds may not experience as
Yeah, that is
intensely.
weird.
Socialization history also plays a major role. Dogs that had limited exposure to a variety of people during their formative months often develop an elevated need to gather information about strangers. What looks
Okay.
like pushiness or bad manners is frequently insecurity in disguise. A
All
dog
right.
that never learned to feel safe around unfamiliar humans,
Makes
compensating
sense.
by trying to collect as much data as possible. Emotional anxiety is another significant driver.
So dogs are these like weird four-legged creatures that sniff a lot. What a world we live in, bro.
Dogs that carry high baseline stress tend to escalate behaviors that are normally mild. A sniff becomes persistent. An investigation becomes intrusive. The behavior doesn't change, but the intensity does, and that intensity is the signal worth paying attention to. If you're finding this as fascinating as I am, go ahead and hit that like button. It
Already
helps
ahead of
more
you,
people
bro.
discover what their dogs are actually saying. And we have a lot more coming that you won't want to miss.
What you
There
mean
is
by that?
one layer of this behavior that almost no one talks about, and it may be the most emotionally significant of all. Your
And
dog's
that is-
willingness to engage in scent investigation with you and with people in your life is a direct reflection of how safe it feels in your world. A dog
How safe it feels in your world. So, if your dog is comfortably sniffing you, then it's safe around you. Now, if your dog doesn't sniff you like that at all, then you check up on your dog. Okay.
that feels genuinely secure in its relationship with its owner will approach strangers with curiosity rather than urgency. It will gather information and then look back at you, a behavior called social referencing, essentially checking your reaction before deciding how to proceed. That look is profound. It means your dog considers you its emotional anchor,
That's
its
cool.
guide to understanding whether the world is safe. Contrast that
As
with
a
a
dog
dog that
owner, right? I think that's like what you're aiming for, to be like the emotional anchor of the dog. Like the dog looks at you for confirmation of what to do before they do something.
rushes strangers desperately, ignores your signals, and seems almost compelled to investigate regardless of the situation. That dog is not misbehaving. That dog is telling you it doesn't feel emotionally grounded. It's trying to orient itself in a world that feels unpredictable. Understanding this changes how you respond to the behavior entirely. Rather than seeing it as embarrassing or aggressive, you start to see it as a question your dog is asking.
No. I'm still seeing it as embarrassing. No. Oh, no. I get what the video is saying, but if my dog gonna come up and sniff my stranger in the private area, no, that totally embarrassing, rude even. Like, cause it's not even to like the sniff. They gonna think the dog is going to bite them in that area, bro, and that is scary. You don't want no dog biting your dinkle.
And you become the answer it's looking for. Because this question comes up constantly. How do you manage the behavior in social situations without damaging what your dog is trying to communicate? The key
Okay.
is redirection, not
Ooh.
suppression. Suppression, yanking the dog away, shouting, punishing, doesn't address the psychological need behind the behavior. It just creates confusion and can build anxiety. The dog was trying to gather
okay.
information and was suddenly penalized for doing something that felt completely natural. That creates
Alright.
conflict, not understanding. Redirection works differently. It gives the dog an alternative channel for the same underlying need. Teaching a sit and greet behavior is one of the most effective approaches. The dog learns that when a new person arrives, the path to social interaction runs through calm sitting. And from that position, a brief, permitted sniff on the hand or lower leg is allowed before the interaction continues. This works because it respects the dog's genuine need for scent-based social information while teaching it that there is a socially appropriate way to gather that information. Dogs that are taught this approach don't become frustrated or conflicted. They learn the rules of the social world you share, Nenya, and they follow them not out of fear, but because the emotional need is still being honored. What looks like one of the most awkward, unexplainable things your dog does is, in reality, one of the most honest and emotionally intelligent things it is capable.
So, guys, yet again, let me tell you, right? Your dog, 3 seconds, sniff your dingle. Okay? This is like the most intelligent thing the dog has ever done, you know? If it like goes up to you, 3 seconds, right? 3 seconds. All you need is 3 seconds. It's like like it's snorting like cocaine, right? If it like sniffs dingle off you, this is the most honest, emotionally intelligent things, top 5 things dogs can ever do for you, bro.
Your dog doesn't see a stranger and think about making anyone uncomfortable.
Right.
It sees a puzzle it has been designed to solve.
Right.
A
And the
living
only way
source
to
of
solve the puzzle is sniffing his dingle.
information about who this person is, what they carry with them emotionally, and whether the world around it is safe. Every sniff is a question. Every lingering investigation is a search for
That's
certainty.
crazy though. They leave
And every time your dog looks
they
back at you
leave
afterward,
themselves
it's
by their
telling you
nose.
something even more important. You are its
Interesting.
answer. So the next time your dog causes a socially awkward moment in your living room, take a
Right.
breath before you apologize. Because somewhere in that embarrassing, unstoppable, completely instinct
Yes, dog. Because you sniffing my guess in the groan is just the most honest, emotionally intelligent things that you can ever do. Okay? And it's very remarkable.
moment, your dog is doing something remarkable. It's trying to understand the world, one scent at a time. If this video helped you see your dog
Alright, bro. Like, dog sniffing dingle. Bro, like, what? Okay. Okay. So, in conclusion, right? If your dog is sniffing your private area, then it is one of the most top 5 emotional things that it can do. Okay? And it's just trying to see the world. It's not being embarrassing. It's just trying to see the world, bro, by sniffing your balls.